everyone. Welcome back sorry, got a little tongue-tied there. Welcome back to the next episode of Little Shop of Nerds. I'm Julia.
Mike.
And we just want to say thank you so much for all of you that have subscribed to us so far. We do record all of our videos like a week ahead of time, so that's why we haven't said anything in our videos yet. You know, thanking all of you for supporting us. This means a great deal to both of us.
Yes, the week before we sent out a video, or our last week talk, on Quiet on Set. Now, here's the thing, everyone. We got up to 210 views.
As of right now, we have 210 views.
And we were at 25, and 1 or 2 days we went up to 11 subscribers.
Yeah, it really means a lot to both of us.
So, in one way, if you guys please just try to watch one of the other videos. I understand why we went up on this one because of the algorithm. And yes, the algorithm will help get the views, but try and catch up our other stuff too. You know, because think, if you're a nerd trying to start out on the certain request, like saying you want to start on anime, find an anime that you might want to watch, listen to a review, see what you think of it. Or, if you're a parent and your kid is a nerd, you might want to find some, and you want to listen to us, because it will help you with the precautions, what anime he can watch at a certain young age. Mm-hmm. It's not just anime, it could be movies, TV,
video games, basically anything.
And like I said, we also put a warning. Meaning, if we say a game is rated M, why would you get your fucking 11-year-old a rated M game?
My mom actually did that with my little brother. He had the money for it, and my mom bought him, I want to say it was like GTA 5 or something like that. And I'm like, he's 10 years younger than me, so he's you know, he's in his 20s now, and I'm just like, at this time, you know, he was like 11, and I'm like, Mom, why are you buying that game for him? She's like, well, we had the money. I was like, Mom, I don't care. I was like, the game's rated M for a reason.
Yes, but my mom did the same thing. She knew the game was M. She looked at it, but it was my money. I was paying for it. I think I was at 13 or 15 I think it was 13. And the game was on the PS2. It was the Punisher game. Mm-hmm. She knew it was rated M, but she knows, like, well, he's buying it, not me, so.
Yeah. But, like we said, you know, like I said, like Mike said, we really appreciate all the support that you're giving us. It means a great deal to us that you guys have gone ahead and decided that we have earned your subscription. And that means the world to us.
Yes. And what's today's hint?
Today's hint is Mannequin.
And no, not the movie Mannequin with Starship. We can build this thing together.
Please don't sing.
But no, we're going to be talking about the season 3 of Demon Slayer, as in Demon Slayer, the SWORDSMITH arc.
Village arc.
Sorry, I forgot the village.
So this is actually, it was only 7 episodes, but there was, you know, a couple of really long episodes.
It was, and this,
or not 7, sorry, 11. There was 11 episodes.
And this is what it's about. This season was actually pretty good. This is where everyone gets their katanas, their swords, everything to help them fight demons, cutting them off, and what swordsmith belongs to who, Demon Slayer, and this is when Tanjiro actually comes more appreciated. Like, he always appreciated his swordsmith, but he comes more appreciated with the hard work they do and how they keep it.
I just gotta say that Mr. Haganesta, his swordsmith, he's hot.
Yeah, of course you're gonna have to mention that. Yes.
I couldn't help it. There was a scene where he had no shirt on, and then we saw his face, and I'm just kind of like, that's real nice there.
Well,
I enjoyed that quite a bit.
Well, if you guys don't know about Demon Slayer, he wears a mask. Turns out the whole
so hot.
Yeah, it gets broken off. Like I said, the whole village actually wears masks.
They wear the same mask. And similar masks. There is one character where they said that if he didn't wear a mask, no one would know, because apparently his face looks exactly like what's under his mask. And we will talk about that character here in a little bit. So, it starts off with Tanjiro needed a new sword. Because did he break it again during the fight with the
siblings?
Yeah.
Yes.
Stocky and the other dude.
Starts with a G.
Yeah, her brother.
Yes. Yes, what happened is, during the whole situation with the entertainment arc, Tanjiro did break his sword. Then, he's getting healed up again. Mm-hmm. And he has to get a new sword. But here's the thing. Since he broke his sword the first time, he had to get it made. He threw it in the woods in the Munga Train arc. Had to get a new one. Breaks this one, and his swordsmith is like, I fucking quit.
Yeah. Mr. Haganesta is like really upset, but he keeps breaking his sword. But we do find out later why he's so upset. And it's not so much that he's upset at Tanjiro. He's more upset with himself. Because he just feels like that he's not making quality enough swords for Tanjiro. So, he's upset that Tanjiro keeps breaking and losing his swords, but then he's also upset at himself because his swords just aren't, they shouldn't be breaking like that.
Yeah, but here's the thing, the guy who's the head of the village, he says this is going to happen a lot. And he even says he's being a dick for acting like it.
Yeah.
Because it explains at the end, they keep saying they do this. He's like, when he was always a brat.
Yeah.
And they always had to give him chimes to calm him down.
Yeah. So this time, Tanjiro actually went to the Swordsmith village. I think to convince Mr. Haganesta to make him another sword, because Mr. Haganesta definitely was not going to make him another sword. So they had to blindfold him.
And normally they would put earplugs in their ears, because here's the thing. They did have to blindfold him, but here's the thing. Normally they would have to put earplugs in his ears, but here's the thing. Since he has a good sense of smell, they had to plug his nose too.
Yeah, so they ended up blindfolding him, plugging his ears, and putting plugs up his nose so he couldn't hear, see, or smell. So, and I don't know how long, I don't remember how long it took for them to reach the village.
Yes.
But he had to ride on the back of one of
the non-demon slayers, kind of like the messengers,
the people that I think of them as the people that helps out Shinobu at the Butterfly Mansion.
Kind of like EMTs, kind of almost. They're like that, but a little different. And what they do is they carry him on his back. Tanjiro's being nice to him, and they realize, oh, he's a nice guy.
Yeah. And the thing is, they had to keep switching non-demon slayers to get him to the village, because not all of them knew where I don't think they were allowed to know. Just a few certain people were allowed to know. So he does eventually end up at the village.
Yeah.
Gets to see what's going on, and
that's true. And also they also do it because only certain, like I said, only certain people, but also make sure there's no demons actually following them.
Yeah.
Because we'll get to that till later at the end. So. Why?
Yeah, that's just to protect them and their village. So when Tanjiro gets there, he runs into 3 different demon slayers. 2 of them Hashiras.
Yes.
So he runs into the love Hashira Mitsuri.
And, she is like...
I love her.
She's adorable, come on.
I love her so much.
If you don't know what she is, she has like pink and green hair and green high socks and a really revealing Demon Slayer outfit.
And well, there's a reason for the revealing Demon Slayer outfit, and that was just because
she was being nice to a guy who made it for her.
Yeah.
And he was a perv.
It kind of reminds me of what they did to Orihime during the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, where they had Orihime put on an outfit and, like, her boobs are just like, boom. And, I mean, there was a lot of, hey, let's show off Orihime's boobs because they're big. And they are big. And if I swung that way... Well, I mean, Orihime is a waifu of mine anyways, so... She's hot. What can I say? Yeah. So, but Orihime... they did that to Orihime where her boobs were pretty much were exposed. Her socks, she actually got from the snake Hashira, Obanai.
And there's a thing that she kind of loves... has a little crush on him.
He has a little crush on her, too.
Yes, I'm like, a relationship.
So, I, have had some Demon Slayer stuff spoiled for me. So, I know what happens between the two of them. So, I'm not going to spoil it just because on May 12th, the Hashira training arc is coming out.
Woohoo!
There's only 8 episodes. But that's just because in the manga, it's only like six chapters long.
Well, I think that's, like, if it's only, that's when people get a little mad about, which I don't understand. It's like, if it's only like certain many chapters in the manga, it's only going to be a certain amount of episodes for the anime. Because, like, I know what was it, like, for Sedley Devon Sins, I think it wasn't one season. It was like only eight episodes. One season was just 1 or 2 episodes. One was 12. You get the point.
Yeah. I noticed with like the Shibuya arc. The Shibuya arc for Jujutsu Kaisen, for all of you guys. It was the chapters. It was the Shibuya arc alone was like 50-something chapters. And they managed to condense that down to 20-something. And which I'm really surprised that they were able to get a lot. I really don't think that they left out a whole lot. The fights weren't as awesome. They did have to condense the fights. But they did do a very good job of getting that all into like 20-something episodes. Because I mean the manga chapter is only 19 pages long. So you can't really do a half-hour episode with 19 pages.
Yeah, then you're right. It wouldn't work.
Yeah.
It wouldn't.
So let's back to Demon Slayer. So the next Hashira that he met was Tokito. Actually, no, I think that was the first Hashira that he met when he got there. Because Tokito was bullying Tetsu, which Tetsu is the one where he could take off his mask and you wouldn't even realize that he was wearing a mask because his face looked just like his mask. But he was kind of bullying Tetsu and asking him for the key for the mannequin to fight.
No, I think, no, it was what's her name? Mitsuri?
Yeah,
Mitsuri. Sorry. Mitsuri. He actually did meet her first.
Did he?
Yes, because remember...
I didn't think he met her until he went to the hot spring.
He met her first. Then she mentions about something that could help him get stronger. Then he goes to the woods. Then he meets Tokito.
Okay. And then the other character that he meets is Genya, which is
he was in the first. He was there. You met him in the first season. He was part of the final selection.
His brother is Sanemi,
which you know him as the white-haired douche who kept stabbing Nezuko at the end of the first season.
The Stone Hashira. I do believe he's the he's the Wind Hashira.
He's the Wind Hashira.
Wind Hashira. The other dude is the Stone Hashira.
Yeah, the big dude.
Yeah, he's. I'll get it all situated. You know, I'll never mind. Let's just keep going.
Like I said, Genya's there. He saw him. He gives him a hug. He doesn't like it, but still, Tanjiro goes to the woods, finds something that could help him train, and Tokito was there harassing the kid.
Mm-hmm.
He said there was something there to make him stronger. He told him, no, you can't do it because it was old. What it is, it's a mannequin, which is where our hint comes in. It's a mannequin doll of a certain famous old demon slayer.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at him, he has the scar that Tanjiro has. And this also explains more about his earrings, his scar, everything in the show.
Mm-hmm.
In the anime. And they say, no, you can't do it because how old it is, but he doesn't care. He does it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Tanjiro tries to stop him. And here's the thing about this mannequin. It has 6 arms. Well, now 5 after...
Yeah, the reason why it had 6 arms was because of the way that he moved. There was just so many different moves, if I remember correctly. There were so many different moves that he knew that the only way to replicate them all was if the mannequin had 6 arms.
And here's the thing.
Tokito.
It's like such a tongue twister. Fuck. Anyways, he tries the mannequin out, breaks the arm, being a dick, and Tanjiro says, he wants to try it, but the kid still doesn't want to do it, but he needs to get stronger and learn more. So he allows him, and he had to train like it was going to kill him, because it actually would, because they were actual real katanas. They were actually swinging at him.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to duck, do everything he had to do, and he actually beat the mannequin.
By cutting the head off.
And it broke, and he actually got his reward. And it was a katana.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that...
Wasn't that what Tokito was looking for?
He was because there was some kind of something that was going to make him stronger, plus a treasure, but here's the thing, he didn't finish it. That's the problem.
Yeah. So Tanjiro ended up with the sword, and I think they did take it to Mr. Haganesta to have him sharpen it, to fix it up, because I think he was going to use that as his new sword. He did, this part got me. We did find out that Tanjiro he wanted to use Rengoku's little his little handguard thing for that his little brother gave to him at the beginning of the Entertainment District arc after Rengoku died, and I'm just like my heart. He gave it to Tetsu to hold on to until that time came, which that comes in handy for Tetsu later.
Yes.
So anyways, while this is all going on, let's all go back to Muzan Jackson's Infinity Castle thing.
Yes, and he tries to pick which demon or demons. Actually, there's more than one this time.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't it's considered to be 2, since the one can split into different personalities?
No, because he's still just the one.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he had like 5 different personalities.
Yeah, so that doesn't only just count as 2, though.
No, he just counts as 1. Are you talking about when they send them to the village?
Yeah, because remember...
Oh, we're not there yet.
Well, what was that? I'm talking about...
It would just be 2, because the other one split up into people when he got attacked.
That's what I'm saying.
He was being a little bitch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because there's that guy, plus the guy that comes out of a fucking vase.
Where his, like... His mouth is where his eyes are, and
the eyes is like where his fucking mouth is.
Creepy fucking bitch. Yeah.
So wouldn't that just count as 2?
Yes.
See, thank you.
Anyways, in the Infinity Castle, you see Akaza. That's the bitch that killed my husband. And then you saw Doma, which I think is like number 2.
And we see the one demon that looks like Tanjiro.
And you also think that he might... I was confused and thought that... I was like, why? Because we know that Tanjiro's dad died.
Yes.
And I was wondering if Tanjiro's father had actually become a demon instead of actually dying. Which, I know who it is now. And I know his connection to somebody else. I'm not going to spoil that for anybody. Unless if you guys have read, this is just stuff that I've read. I'm not caught up on the manga. I'm planning on catching up on the manga. So I'm like on chapter 2 of the manga.
And yes, the guy that, like you said, the guy also gave the earrings to Tanjiro's dad.
Yeah, the Demon Slayer that the mannequin was modeled after
had the same earrings.
And he was the one that gave them to Tanjiro's dad, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And somehow, what was it? Muzuri?
We'll just call her Kanroji.
Kanroji.
That's her last name, Kanroji.
Yeah, Kanroji sounds easier. Kanroji, like Tanjiro's telling her about how something in the past that since he was a baby, but I don't know how you can remember, but she said, well, he could also share a past memory, like share something that was from a previous Demon Slayer before, meaning that when his dad met that Demon Slayer, there was something there that he remembered, but maybe they share a life, kind of. I don't know. Like I said, didn't get too far where. Like, I saw the whole season. I just don't know the actual thing like you do. Because you read the manga.
I haven't read the manga yet. This is stuff that I've read online.
Well,
I'm only on chapter 2 of the manga.
Well, either...
I'll get there eventually.
Well, either way, then Nezuko's in her little form.
And she's fucking adorable when she's in her little form. And Kanroji is, like, obsessed with Nezuko in her little form, it's like, I'm your big sister and stuff like that, and
she's like loving it. And
Nezuko is adores Kanroji,
and reason why Kanroji is like that because she's a big sister herself. She's got many others, and when you see her backstory, you really feel sorry for her.
Yeah, like I know you don't like Tokito very much. But
he does have
his backstory is sad too.
It is sad, but it's just...
And Genya's backstory is sad too.
Well, he's actually really sad.
Yeah.
That, in my opinion, it's him, then
Kanroji, and then Tokito. I think for me it's Genya, Tokito, and Kanroji. Because, I mean, Kanroji's backstory, if you guys don't know, is just she was born strong.
And loves to eat.
Like, she could just eat and eat and eat, and she never seems to gain anything.
And her hair color.
Yeah, her hair color, that was from her eating all the Sakura mochi, that she did. And it was weird, and people just didn't want to marry her. And she was dyeing her hair black to hide the fact that her hair was, a freakish color.
And she wouldn't eat that much. She would just... And she would pretend to be weak. And this is what I have to say. Guys, if you don't like a woman with that kind of trait, something's fucking wrong with you. Because to me, if a woman loves to eat, that means you can go. You can actually find something you want to go eat. Hell, if she says, "No, I don't want a salad. I don't want a hamburger," I'll be like, "Fuck yeah, match in heaven."
Yeah. So then she says that. So what she's looking for is she's looking for a man that's stronger than her. That's why she became a demon slayer.
Yes.
It was because she was looking for a man stronger than her, and she hasn't found it yet. I know what happens because I've read it, but online. But I know what happens. But that's what she's looking for. She is looking for a man that is stronger than her.
And that's true.
So Tokito's backstory, it's him and he has a twin brother, and we didn't know that at first. And the way that, like, I was a little confused because I thought Tokito was actually his twin brother, and his twin brother was just taking his name. But that's not the case. Their parents died they were young. Their parents died. I think one of their siblings died too. No, it was just them two. Their mother fell ill. Their dad went out to get the herb that she needed. He died, and then she died. So then they, basically in like a night, they were both orphans. And they lived together. They were always fighting because Tokito was always kind of like a cheerful child, and his older twin brother was just kind of like very stoic and didn't really take any nonsense, and they always clashed, and eventually they just kind of stopped talking to each other because they were always fighting. And one day, the guy that runs the Demon Slayers, the leader of the Demon Slayers, his wife came up to them and was like, "Hey, you guys are descended from Demon Slayers. We want you to join us," and Tokito was all for it, but his brother's just like, "No, I don't want to do that." And then a demon attacked them one night. Tokito's brother jumped on him to save him, dying in the process. Tokito basically just lost it, and when he came to, he had the freaking demon on the ground, pinned with like a bunch of rocks. And then morning broke, and then the demon disappeared. Because, demons can't stay out in the sun. And then Genya's backstory involves Sanemi. And they had, God, how many siblings did they have?
They had a lot.
They had quite a few. Their father ran off, I think, or died or something.
Whatever the case is. A demon, his mom and his brothers turned into demons. He had to go get the one went to go get the doctor because they thought something was wrong, but no, one became they became demons, and
Sanemi ended up killing. Well, no, their mother ended up killing their siblings.
Yes,
and then Sanemi went after her, and then he ended up killing her, and then that kind of drove a wedge between Genya and Sanemi because Genya couldn't understand what was going on, so now they're not talking. And now Genya wants to become a Hashira because he wants to be able to see his brother, which from what I've read, there is something else, there is something that goes along with that, that I'm hoping we'll see in the Hashira training arc, or we'll see soon.
But here's the thing about Genya is he has a katana blade plus a double-barrel shotgun, but it's like one of those. It kind of looks like the size of a handgun, but it's a double-barrel shotgun. Mm-hmm. Something that you see in Red Dead Redemption 2. Anyways, the bullets are made. The shells are actually made out of the stone they use to make their swords.
The ore.
The ore, yes.
Yeah.
And because they say, well, what's the big deal about the shotgun? Like I said, it's made out of the ore that they made the swords out, it actually hurts because he did shoot one of them, and he says that actually hurt.
Yeah, so they have two. So two of the demons shows up. So that's this one guy. I mean, I kind of felt a little bad for this demon because he was really snivelly and crying and everything like that. Like, I kind of felt a little bad for him. But then he ended up getting split into like 4 different other demons that had different. There was I think one was sadness, anger. There was a couple of others I can't remember, but they all split up into these 4 different emotions.
And I think envy.
Yeah, and I'll look it up. But you keep talking.
Like I said, split into 4 different personalities. The little sniffling one is a really annoying one, but yes, he's a little dangerous because each of the personalities has certain powers, like wind, some strength, some lightning. It depends on the personality. And, it got really bad. But,
You talking?
Yeah. Let's go to our sponsors. If you need an energy drink, go to your convenience store. Get an energy drink.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Hey, I'm rolling here.
Well, I'm trying to find out. I can't find the freaking demon that was in the Swordsmith Village arc.
Type in the sniffling demon from Demon Slayer.
I'm probably gonna have to do that. I'm trying to get back to Google. So, anyways, the demon that was in the vase is the one that's fighting Tokito.
And here's the thing. He keeps making different faces. Like he tries to use vases that, as in like a flower face. He keeps making them to throw at him, kill him with, or something. And Tokito really smart, breaking them really easily until he makes a vase out of nothing but water. Meaning Tokito only has a few seconds or minutes he can breathe, because since Demon Slayers do breathing techniques, so this technique wouldn't last for a while. And
okay, so the demon that I do believe is the one in the vase, I do believe he was an upper rank 5. So his name was Gyoko, and the upper rank 4 was Hantengu, and they were both important members of the 12 Kizuki. See, I'm trying to find who they changed into, but keep talking about what's his face, Tokito. Keep talking about him.
Like I said,
keep talking about his fight.
It's getting brutal. He's poisoned. He gets fucking shards of wood inside of him, and yet he's in this vase ready to die. Then you know who comes along? The little kid that was giving him.
No, he wasn't in a vase. He was in water.
It was a vase. It was a water shaped like a vase.
Yeah, so he was in water, not a vase.
I said a vase of water.
No, you said no. What you need to be saying is you need to say it's water shaped like a vase.
Fine, a water shaped like a
vase. He was about to fucking die, okay, Mike?
Fine.
There we go. Now keep going.
Fine, a water shaped. He was in water that was shaped like a damn vase. Though I said it earlier.
You did not say it earlier.
Whatever. But like I said, he was poisoned. He's in this vase shape, water shape of a vase, and he's ready to die. Then the little kid fucking comes along, tries to help him out, and then the demon gets in trouble because he gets out. And here's the thing about Tokito: he uses smoke screen. He uses a smoke screen breath technique. Have you found it yet?
Okay, so it looks like There's anger, pleasure, sorrow, and joy. Those are the ones that Hana Tengu turns in, or when he breaks up the sniveling demon. So it's joy, pleasure, anger, and sorrow is what he turns into.
Yeah, and he turns into like a... And like they're trying to find him, and because they realize he's the main source, and turns out why they couldn't find him because he was the size as a rat, literally a size of a rat.
Yeah, he was able to make his body small enough. Eventually, they all do. We'll get to that. Okay, so let's just go back to the fight with Tokito, and then we'll go back to the fight with the sniveling demon.
I'm losing my memory's losing some parts.
Yeah, so he's in the water, and Tetsu shows up, and the demon that was in the vase, he makes like these fish appear, and I think one of them attacked Tetsu, but Tetsu was holding on to Rengoku's sword thing that was in the shape of a flame. He was holding on to that for Tanjiro, so then that kept him from getting hurt. But then he was able to like blow blow breath into Tokito, and then Tokito was able to escape. And he's poisoned, and he's trying to protect Hana. Hana knows Hana. Tanjiro's sword maker, because he's like obsessively cleaning this, or trying to sharpen this sword for Tanjiro. Like, he's not stopping for anything. Like, he's getting hit, he's getting cut, and he's just sitting there and he's just sharpening it, and he's not stopping.
No.
For nothing. Like, he just keeps going and going and going and going and going.
Getting the shit beat out of him, and then I think someone kills him.
Yeah, I think it was Tokito killed him.
And they like I said, they're chasing the little fucker.
Yeah, Tanjiro and all of them. Tanjiro, Genya, and Nezuko are chasing the other demon.
And here's the thing, there's also I think the demon was making a wooden dragon out of the trees, and it was a dragon made out of wood, just to protect him. Mm-hmm. And you won't guess who fights that son of a...
So, Kanroji had left the village before this all happened. Well, Kanroji came back, and they,
they're ready to die, and she
comes in and she saves them.
And her sword looks like a freaking whip.
Yeah. It's cool.
It's like... It actually looks like a whip, guys. It's like... She like swings it like a whip, and you guys like, you sure it's... No, it's actually a sword.
Yeah, it's an actual sword. So she comes in and she kind of saves them. Well, the four demons, joy, sorrow, pleasure, and anger, all combined into one demon, and that's hatred.
Yes.
And hatred is a lot stronger, and they're trying to... They leave hatred to Kanroji to go after the little sibling demon bitch. And I don't remember... Because normally they do like a little backstory on the demons before they die.
Yes.
I do not remember the backstory for the demon in the vase. But I do remember the one for the sniveling demon, which we will get to that here in a minute.
Yes.
So they end up... getting... Do they get him?
What they did is Tanjiro actually got to him, cut his head off, but it was not him.
Yeah, because at one point Genya has this ability where if he eats demon flesh, he can turn into a demon for a little bit.
Yeah, that's why he could... When he got stabbed in the gut with that dragon wood, he could actually survive just eating the demon flesh.
Yeah. So, Nezuko uses her blood demon art, which is flames, and catches the demon on fire. And then Genya catches on fire because Genya still has the demon blood inside of him. Or the demon flesh. So then he catches on fire too. They all fall down this cliff, except for Genya. Genya's still up at the top, but Nezuko and Tanjiro and the headless demon, are all down at the bottom of the cliff.
Yes.
And there was 3 swordsmith dudes that were down there. It was 3 or 4, 2 or 3, and they were hiding. And the demon saw or could smell them or saw them or something and was like, if I can get over there and eat them, I can regain my strength and I can get out of here. The little demon is inside of this body. And they're trying to find his real body so they can kill him, because they're like, why can't we find him? So at this point, I do believe Hatred was already dead.
Yes. And like I said, the guy who's protecting him inside of him, that doesn't come out right. But besides that, Tanjiro's trying to, should he go save his sister because the sun's coming up?
Yeah.
Should I go, because he's like, and his sword, then, his swordsmith, has his sword. They throw it, but he's like, don't use it!
Yeah, because he hadn't finished it yet. He was still obsessively, sharpening this sword. And Tokito throws at him, and he's like, go after the demon. But he doesn't want to leave Nezuko, because his goal is to keep Nezuko alive, because that's all he has left is Nezuko. And Nezuko kicks him away from her,
telling her, just go and kill him.
Yeah, and so he runs off, and the sun hits Nezuko. Nezuko starts to burn up, and Tanjiro does end up killing the demon and saving, he saves, the village.
And we see the backstory of the little sniffling cow.
Yeah, so I feel bad for him, but then I don't feel bad for him after his backstory, because at his backstory, he did kill someone.
He was a thief.
He was lying about it. And one of the quotes that he says, I don't know if it's from the manga or if it's from the anime, and one of his quotes is, since the day I was born, I've never lied, not even once. I'm a good-natured weakling. I deserve pity, but no one has any sympathy for me. That is one of his lines. I don't know if it says Hantengu about himself in Get It Together Moron, so I don't know if that's one of the episodes, names of the episodes, or if it's one of the chapters in the manga. I don't know. That's just one of the quotes that he said about himself. So he's actually executed, because I think he does end up killing, no, that's what Muzan does. Muzan's the one that, anyways,
he turns him into a demon.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. So Nezuko, actually is okay from the sun. She is immune to the sun now, so she can talk and she can go out into the sun now, so she still has to sleep to recover her strength, whereas demons have to eat flesh. She just needs to sleep to recover
her strength. Hallelujah.
Yeah, so she still sleeps in her little box that Tanjiro made for her. Or no, he didn't make it. It was his sensei, his teacher, that made it for him.
And I always, that box is pretty iconic.
Yeah.
And if you see, it's like, Demon Slayer.
Yeah. So, she can now walk and talk, or walk now talk, and she can walk out in the sun, which is great. Tanjiro's really happy. He's beat the fuck up though.
Yes.
So he ends up having to go back to. They had to pull him back in a wagon. The village did get pretty beat up, but now they have to move because they're no longer safe in that location.
And they cheer for him, saying thank you and everything. But before that, you know, he gives the Rengoku sword guard to his swordsmith, and he wants to use it. And like I said, they all cheer, saying yay. And then we get a little bit of thing where Muzan Jackson, hee
as a child, in his child form, is he figures it. I guess he could feel it because he was the one that turned Nezuko into a demon, and he could feel it. So then we learn about his backstory, where he was actually a very high-ranking noble who wasn't going to live to see that he was, till he was 20, and he it was his doctor, he said, was a quack, and he just kept feeding him this medicine. He's like, this medicine's not working. So then eventually he just gets tired of it, kills the dude, and then he turns into a demon. And he's been alive for like 1,000 years or something like that.
What? You say a high noble. You sure he wasn't a courtesan? Or maybe
a courtesan would normally be a woman who was a concubine to a high-ranking noble.
I fucked up on that one.
Yeah, so he wouldn't have been a courtesan. He would just been a he was some sort of noble, I think.
That or
I can look it up real quick.
Because I know they mention it on the Diaries of an Apothecary.
You mean the Apothecary Diaries?
Yes.
That I have not read. I have not watched yet.
Well, you should. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I know. I just haven't gotten a chance to see it yet.
The Apothecary Diaries, yes. Because I know there's courtesans and there's the... is it eunuchs?
The eunuchs is where they cut off male genitalia, I do believe.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
I mean, I may be completely wrong there, but...
maybe he was a noble. Maybe that's just it.
I'm fairly certain that he... Why can I not find... I know there is something... I know I just saw something on Muzan here. Yeah, so... Hold on, I'm getting... There it is. Muzan Kibutsuji. So... He... Oh, yeah, you don't know about that yet. I'm trying to... Okay, it says a millennium ago during the Heian era, Muzan was turned into a demon during an experimental treatment trying to cure his terminal illness. And his goal since then was to live without the fear of death and become truly eternal. He plans to accomplish this in two ways: finding the blue spider lily or creating more demons in hopes that one day one will be able to conquer his weakness of sunlight. I'm trying to find... Okay, I'm not going to read that because that's a spoiler. I'm trying to find... I do believe that he was... the way that he, like, with how he was in... Like, he seemed to be in a mansion, and he seemed to be wearing nice clothes that I've only seen high-ranking nobles wear. He had to have been from a noble family. I do know a little bit more about him than you do just because of stuff that I've read. So he is now going to be looking for what's her face? Nezuko, because now Nezuko can walk out in the sunlight. So one thing I want to mention before we end this is both Tokito and Kanroji ended up getting these marks on their bodies that looked like Akatsuki clouds. Which that is the sign of... Well, I mean, Tokito's looked like Akatsuki clouds. But that is the sign of a true demon slayer. And which Mike and I we did go see the Hashira training movie, which really wasn't a movie. It was basically just like the last episode of the Swordsmith Village arc and the first episode of the Hashira training arc. They're going to touch more on that when the Hashira training arc comes out.
So, yes. And, like I said, if you're in the mood for it, it's on Crunchyroll. Go ahead and give it a watch. It was a pretty good season so far, and I recommend it.
I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. I meant to rewatch it this week, and never got a chance to. Too busy. Like
I said, I watched it too, but I kind of got busy yesterday too. So, but like I said, I was going by memory. So if we fucked up, just put it in the comments.
Yeah. So, other than that, the next time that we talk about Demon Slayer will be after season 4 has aired. We may or may not have a special guest joining us for that episode. We'll let you guys know. So yeah, like Mike said, if we missed anything or if we screwed anything up, just put it in the comments below. Yell at us,
Hey, yeah, just or put, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, because we are going off by memory at this point.
And you guys, I know you're going to say, well, why? Because like I said, we're always busy. We're working. We do other projects.
We have full-time. We do have full-time jobs.
And it takes us a long time to do what we can. And we need to get up to a certain amount of subscribers just to quit the fucking job.
Yeah, because both Mike and I do. We do. Yeah. I'm getting tongue-tied. We do the same line of work. That's how we met.
Yep.
And both of our dreams are to quit that fucking job. So, let's just...
All I know is, if we do, I want to play that song when I'm going out. Take this job and shove it.
I mean, I'd like to do that too, but I'm not gonna be that mean.
But besides that, just like, subscribe, give us a heads up.
We are trying to get to 100 subscribers, because once we get to 100 subscribers, we'll show our faces, and we'll cosplay.
And we're at 36 right now, so...
And, which we really appreciate it. So, we are actually going to be moving away from anime for a bit, and we're just going to be doing...
Some movies,
a game.
Some games, maybe we might do, if we do an anime, it might be a Studio Ghibli film.
Yeah, we won't know anything for a few more weeks on. We do have what we are going to talk about for the next few weeks lined up. So probably for about the next month, we won't be talking about any anime.
Nah.
But let's go ahead for next week's hint. Mike, you want to do it?
I am not saying it.
Oh, come on, say it. Come on.
Hell no.
Mike, no one's going to hate you for saying this hint.
Yeah, right. You know how many crazy feminists are out there?
Okay, since Mike's being a pussy...
Fuck you.
And won't give next week's hint, is let the women do the sewing. No one's going to care if you said that.
You know you didn't say it. You know it's the other way around.
No one's going to care.
Yeah, right.
Once they know what we're talking about, they'll understand.
Okay. Say that to every person with a Twitter feed that got canceled.
Well, you know what? Maybe women need to do more sewing.
I didn't say that. Put it out there. I did not say that.
Okay, well, anyways, like I said, next week's hint is let the women do the sewing. If any of you are familiar with that, look forward to it, because this is actually something that Mike and I have been talking about doing for quite a while. Because this is kind of going to turn into a little series type thing. We've already done one movie kind of connected to this next movie. It is a movie.
Yes.
So, let's just see if you guys can figure it out, and if you're right when next week, when the next week's episode comes out.
Yes. So, like I said, like, subscribe, get back to us, and and also if you play. And here's a little tip: if you're going to play a video game, do not rage quit and do not be so toxic on Call of Duty. Fuckos.
Okay, that was random, but okay.
Yes. Anyways, bye.
Bye.